What's up, boomers? Welcome back to another podcast.
Yeah.
This time it's apparently continuation on shit and
Yes. Well,
stuff.
it's a continuation on episode one, isn't it? And
Well, I guess that's
that
how
was
it goes.
this is take one of the intro. But I guess we have to start this off with an apology because it's only taken to
What?
the second episode, but we are late to an upload. Coming out on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday. We are currently recording this past when this episode should have already been out. And it's all Tuna's fault actually.
Fuck.
Because Tuna didn't want to record an episode at 10:40.
Bro got locked out of his house for 2 hours.
I didn't get inside until back inside until 10:20.
Jesus Christ.
I was outside for an hour and 40 minutes. And I had sliders on and it was like 5 degrees.
Fucking hell.
It was not the best. But let's just get on with it and get onto our topics, shall we? First up is what you were mentioning from before, a continuation on the topic of the Switch 2, because there's a few places I want to go here. Okay, because the Switch 2, it looks like, is going to be a big third party console. It looks like it's going to have a lot of third party games, because it's been rumored, it's been leaked that Elden Ring is going to be a launch title for the Switch 2, which
Alright.
all right, I think that's because I think it's kind of like a statement in how good the hardware is. I've seen stuff like Call of Duty might be coming to the Switch 2.
I mean, sure. My opinion still hasn't changed.
You're not gonna
I
get
don't
it.
I still couldn't care.
Have you played Elden Ring?
No. But just the Switch 2 in general.
I've never played
Couldn't
a
really
Souls
care
game.
less. I
You
feel like
could.
it's just a point for you to ramble about.
Well, yeah, it's a great point to remember about. It's wonderful. The Switch 2. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Okay, continuing on with the whole games thing. I've been seeing some stuff that could be like. I mainly got this from an Atriarch video. This could be a big year for indie games. You know, because we've been seeing a lot of like AAA games flop recently, like Concord, for example, which like never had like users at all. And what do you think? Do you think we're already seeing lots of big indie games coming through, like Balatro, which I got recently, fucking wonderful game. Do you have Balatro?
No,
I highly recommend. I couldn't recommend more. It's really
never heard
good.
of it.
You've never
But I
heard
mean,
of
like,
it?
games like Among Us, Phasmophobia, like
Yeah.
recent years, content required, I feel like that's more recent. Like those type of games are just, having fun.
Yeah.
Little games you
Lethal
can enjoy
Company.
with your friends, just they're fun. I feel like AAA games are just so focused on
Yeah.
being the next big thing and just less focused
They're
on
getting far
getting
too
it mainstream
expensive.
that a lot of people
They're
can
getting
play it.
far too expensive. Getting far too. There's like it feels like
It's
they're
getting
over.
far too large.
Yeah.
It's
Like I've been seeing that GTA 6 might end up selling for $100, which is like
it's
which
ridiculous.
is like the death of gaming as we know it if that happens.
Yeah.
Because if they can get away with it, and they will, because everyone's gonna fucking buy GTA 6.
No, no shot.
No shot?
No shot.
Dude, I don't think you understand how massive GTA 6 is gonna be. I'm not gonna buy it, you're not gonna buy it. Okay?
I'm
But it
I'm not that easily manipulated by like extremely high prices. I'm
no, but
definitely
I
not
mean
gonna
I'm just
buy
not
it.
I've never played a Grand Theft Auto game and I just don't care. To be quite honest. But it's gonna sell and it's gonna become the norm and it's gonna end up affecting games that you really want.
It's gonna sell, sure, but I mean the image of like the launch itself of a game is just that's really the big selling point. Like if a game at launch is quite shitty, it's hard to really come back and make it into a good game. I feel like
Yeah, because that's kind of what happened with
wasn't it?
Cyberpunk
Yeah,
2077. Like, it was so buggy and terrible at launch. Like, I haven't played it. My brother played it, like years after it came out. Like, he had it to begin with, but only played it until, I think last year. And he said it's a really, really good game. It has great story. It has great graphics. It has a great, like, world. But, like, it's only ever seen on like negatively these days. You only hear Cyberpunk getting run through the mud because of its terrible launch.
Yeah, I mean, it has seen so many fixes, but still,
Yeah,
it's like,
it isn't a
how can
buggy
you
game.
launch a game like that?
I think it's because like it'd already been delayed like 5 times, and they were like, I think it was such a terrible time to launch it as well.
Yeah,
Actually, I guess it wasn't a terrible time to launch it. I feel like as well they're like, oh, this would be a great time to launch it. Lockdown. It should have been if it was ready, it would have been hit. So it would have been like instant classic because it would have gotten the boost that a lot of games like Among Us or like Animal Crossing or streamers got boosts from the pandemic. Like if it was ready, it would have been such a big game, but it wasn't ready. You know.
yeah,
And you know, like Lethal Company is something I found out. Lethal Company is made by one person.
yeah. Same
It's
thing. It's like,
no publisher, no nothing. They've made like I thought it was like in the realm of like $100 million,
yeah.
which is
But
crazy.
I mean,
That person got
it's
like
it's
lifted.
deserved. It's like passion projects for those people. They just love to make games and really just optimize it, go for the quality.
I'm really
And
excited
it's
about
just
it as well because like for example, the game industry is what I want to work in. And that's what I want to go to university for. And if indie games can have a big era of being like it's an era of indie games, I'd honestly rather work in an indie studio than work at like a big corporation.
it's hard though to get signed to like an indie game. I mean, you do
It's
more,
also it's also hard.
but it's also
I
more
feel like
diverse.
no, at the moment I think it's harder to get into a big AAA place. I mean, they're doing massive amounts of layoffs.
I mean, I feel like the most common thing nowadays is also just mobile games. Like those kinds of companies, they just have a certain template, just run with it, and just make
Yeah.
pretty much the same game constantly over and over again. My brother actually worked at one of those companies.
Oh, did he?
It's just not fun.
What company
It's
did he work
just-
at? Was it a mobile game
It's
studio?
yeah, I don't remember the name, but it made like mobile games. Like
But like those
it
get like
was-
mobile games get like ridiculous amounts of money.
yeah, with like the ads, it's fine. It wasn't like a big company or something. Yeah, like 30 employees or something. It's
Yeah.
it's still just ridiculous. I feel
Yeah.
like another great example of a shitty release is Red Dead Redemption Remastered.
I've never played. I've never played.
The original game, I think it wasn't for PC or it just got remastered.
Okay.
And it's just the old game with a little bit better graphics. I think it ran really shitty and it cost $50 or something at
For a
release.
remaster?
For an
For a
old
remaster
game.
to run worse is
That's extraordinary how you can do something like that. But people were very pissed.
well, rightfully
Very,
so. I
very
just don't know
pissed.
how you could think you could get away with that. Okay, recording again. The last recording was about 10 minutes. Okay, so pick up where you left off.
I think we were pretty much at the end of the segment and kind
Yeah.
of
Well-
going towards are indie games better
Yeah.
than AAA
This is
games?
your topic here. Are indie
Yeah.
games better?
Well, what's your opinion about it?
I think these days, I mean, I think it's a very broad topic. You know, I don't think you can just equate all AAA and all indie. Because I mean, like Tears of the Kingdom, that's a AAA game, phenomenal game.
Sure. But like in general, like overall speaking,
Like,
I've
I think no.
then
I think
what
I think
about
I
recent
think
times.
I think it's Tears of the Kingdom is recent. I think
When was it?
2022.
Yeah, that's very recent. But I mean, apart from that, Elden
like-
Ring, sure, Baldur's Gate.
I think there are just some really really bad ones that stick out. So it feels like it is, you know.
I feel like for me, it'll depend a lot on the GTA 6 release, whatever. Like, if that's good, then it's like, oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
indie games can never compare to this because the graphics from the trailer look absolutely amazing. But I'm very frightened that on release it's gonna run horribly, and the game is gonna be like 250 gigabytes or something.
Yeah. Have you seen the deluxe version is going to be $200?
Jesus Christ. That's. I feel like F1 games, though, or even NBA 2K games, those are the worst. 2K games is like a subscription for 2 years, and then afterwards the servers just get shut down,
Yeah.
and
Do
you have to
you
buy the new game.
do you do you think like Atlas a AAA? I think they are becoming a AAA studio. Atlas is the
Atlas?
is the is the developers behind Persona.
I don't know if they're big. I've never really heard of them.
They're at least AA, but either way, like that's not indie. And I think like they made I think wait, it was an Atlas company that made like a Metaphor, which I've heard is very good. Persona 5, 4 and 3 are very good. Especially Persona 3 Reload I played in the summer and it was just wonderful. But I think there are a lot of good indie games and I think there are a lot of good AAA games.
Yeah.
I think, and I just think, I mean, and there's a lot of terrible indie games that people just don't know about, and there's a lot of really good indie games that people don't know about. So I think it's just like the only indie games that come to prominence are really the really really good ones, you know. And
Yeah.
AAA games, they're all like all of them are known. Like AAA games, they're very well documented, so you can see the big ones, you can see the flops, you know.
Sure.
But you like there are for every indie game, for every AAA game, there's like 100 indie games.
Sure. But I feel like also indie games are just more creative.
I think so because they don't have
kind of game.
They have far less shackles.
Yeah.
They have far less shackles, and they can do whatever they want, and they can take it in whatever direction they want.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
For sure.
I don't think that's a definitive answer to this question, but I think we're coming across an age where there's just a lot of good indie games, and let's just enjoy it. And I think there are also some good AAA games that are coming, and there's also some not so good AAA games coming. You know?
Yeah, I feel like nowadays it's just very good for independent studios to also just post games. And if it just blows up, it just does very, very well. You can build your entire career off of that. Just one game even.
Yeah. You know, but there is one game that I am very much waiting for, and that's Football Manager 2025. When is it going to come out? They're telling us March. It was supposed to come out in November. And now they're telling us it's coming out sometime in March. It's the first FM I pre-ordered, and it ended up fucking... Can't believe it, man. I could talk about FM25.
Never pre-order games, man. Always wait for the launch, if that's good or not. If it's like
No. Because I really wanted to pre-order it because there's early access for pre-orders.
Sure.
I
mean, for F1, it's only like 3 days of early access.
For FM, it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's better.
Also, I think there's going to be a longer early access period for this FM. Because I imagine I think we could be releasing late March and we get it early March for early access.
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
I mean, I could get a refund, but I'm not gonna, because I really want this year of FM because I really want to do a Tottenham and a Rayo save. I want to do a Rayo save with James Rodriguez, but James Rodriguez.
You can do that with like the 2024 version, huh?
No, because it doesn't have the same players. Yeah, I could get a database for it, but I'd just rather do it on the new game.
Sure. Aren't there like plugins or something that you can just get?
Also,
the
FM25 is gonna have it's gonna have Premier League licensing.
It didn't have it?
No, it didn't have it before this year. FM has been stepping up when it comes to licensing recently, because they didn't have Champions League or Europa League. They didn't have UEFA licensing until 2 years ago, until FM22.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, FIFA was also just done. It's like how expensive the license got. It just was like, nah, let's not do it anymore. Which was funny.
No, it completely backfired on them because they were like, no, FIFA said we're raising it now. You're gonna have to pay this now. And they were like, well, they have to make games with us. No one will buy it if they don't have the FIFA name. And then they were like, no. Fuck you, we're EA. They'll still buy if they're still buying FIFAs when we've run this game into the ground, they'll still buy it if it's not called FIFA. is essential.
What is
I
it
wish
even called now?
EAFC.
Oh, oh.
But yeah, but let's move on to our next topic. 2025 predictions. What do you think is going to happen this year? I've done like a bingo card. Like me and Anna have done a bingo card.
I don't know. I don't really tend to make predictions. I feel like it's very difficult to do those.
Uh-huh.
It's just pretty much impossible.
What do you mean it's impossible? My one prediction: Trump gets sick of Elon Musk and fires him. Which
No shot.
no, I really think no, because I already feel like he's getting tired of him. He's already won the election.
No.
He doesn't need Elon Musk to first fucking grift for him anymore.
Isn't he a minister though?
Yeah, but you can fire him. Don't you remember, like, during Trump's first presidency, he fired about 60 bajillion people that he hired himself. But, like, Trump... No, because...
Still.
But Elon isn't an elected official. He's in the government, but he's not an elected official.
Yeah, but I mean, he has like so much money, quite a bit of power. He's like an important image of Trump, I feel like.
No,
Too
because,
important
like,
for him to just fire.
a lot of MAGA has already turned on him because he's pro H1B visas.
What?
Have you not seen this?
No.
Elon Musk is pro H1B visas, and a bunch of MAGA people have turned on him because they don't like H1B visas because they're racists.
I've never heard of that before.
There's a lot of crowds. There's a lot of different reasons that people hate H1B visas. I put like the downside. Basically, it's like a visa that you can get. There's only a limited amount of them, and a company can be like, "Yo, there's no American workers. There's better workers outside of the US than the ones we have here. Can we get someone and then give them a visa and they can work at our company?" And the thing is, the problem with them is that the second that they lose their job, they lose their visa and get deported. So essentially, they could be shackled to companies and become slaves and paid far, far less than American employees. You're supposed to pay them the same, but like companies can easily get away with paying them significantly less, and they can't really complain because then they could get fired and get deported, and then get deported.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah,
You pretty much just have no rights.
and then some people don't like
maybe.
some people don't like them because it's like, no, we need more American workers. Immigrants bad. So yeah, but yeah.
I feel like people underestimate the amount of work that just immigrants do. Like,
I mean,
the
yeah.
amount of people that just come to your country is in the Netherlands as well. Like people from other countries who do the jobs that people in our country wouldn't really want to do.
Exactly.
I feel like that's the same for America.
No, I think it's even more so in America.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's so annoying because I joined Twitter at like the worst time because I joined Twitter like just before Elon bought it, like 6 months before Elon bought it. So I had good Twitter for like 6 months, and then it was fucking awful.
Rip. That's rip.
Because I think I joined Twitter when I turned 13 on my 13th birthday, so that was 3 years ago.
You're still fucking young, Jesus.
3 years ago. 3.5 years ago. Hold on, let me find the exact date. May 2021. So yeah. This was 2025 predictions, but we got completely sidetracked there. Either way, now that you've heard one of mine, can you come up with any of your own?
I honestly couldn't think of any.
Of any?
No. Is GTA coming out this year?
GTA.
Yeah, right?
Yes. Yes, it's supposed to come out this year. Oh, that was on my bingo. GTA 5, GTA 6 doesn't come out this year.
I'm gonna say GTA 6 release will not be great.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, you kind of said that earlier.
Like it has to be to such high standards at this point since people have been waiting for it for so long.
It's like
every little thing that's like not good.
It's like
will just be fucking focused on. I
it's
feel
like the most anticipated game of all time.
Yeah. So there's a lot of pressure on those developers, and I feel like a lot of rush as well, just to get it out, get it really good. As for graphics as well, because we've seen they've been pushing it, but does it run smoothly is my question. I'm not so sure about that.
I think it will run smoothly on PS5 and Xbox.
I feel like it's gonna be like 250 gigabytes though. It's gonna be
It's gonna
way
be a
too
big
huge.
game. It's gonna be
It's
way too much. It's gonna have because I feel like games are focusing too much on having uncompressed files for
maybe
some reason.
even 300 gigabytes. Who fucking knows?
I mean, The Sims is like 200, I think.
What?
No,
The
it's
Sims?
The Sims. The Sims is. I remember seeing The Sims yesterday and like how like big it was, and it was absolutely ridiculous. And I was thinking, why is it so? Why is it like? I think like FIFA as well. FIFA 20. I'm checking my Steam right now. I might have over exaggerated that. I'm hoping. I think it was like. I
Call
think
of Duty was a lot.
I think it was like 40 or something. Like Balatro was like 50 megabytes. It was wonderful.
Call of Duty is only 100. Well, only 100. Fucking massive. 124 file size.
FIFA is 44 gigabytes, and The Sims 4 is 22. Okay, yeah, I was talking out my ass. I remember there being a 2.
Yeah, F124 is also 100 gigabytes, so that's also massive.
FM
That's also another
FMs
game,
are like
F1.
6-ish, 5-ish gigabytes.
Yeah, that's like a pretty relatively low sized game nowadays. But F1 is also just not a very popular game. EA bought the series, and I think after 2020, 2020 was like such a good year for F1. You had like classic cars, new tracks, and just like shorter tracks, like different layouts, and people loved it. It was the best game they've ever released. Then EA bought the series, and it just regressed so far to now just being a game everyone hates. It makes, I think, a loss. I think I don't know, they might like stop really developing it a lot or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's
I know they
EA. What
did
did
with
you
like F1 Manager.
I mean, I think everyone knew it was fucking doomed the second it like.
It is so fucking expensive as well. I think it's like 60, 70 euros or something.
Yeah, no,
It's
it is.
insane.
I have seen. I was like, it's crazy, man.
How much is it? Boy, is C180? That's not, can't be. F124, the original price was 70. Yeah, Jesus Christ. For a game that pretty much just doesn't change apart from the liveries every single year. So that's just horrible.
Liveries? What is a livery? A liver?
Livery.
What's
Just
a livery?
how the car looks, the paint, and everything.
I see.
You know, the teams in F1, they change the looks of the car every single year, so they update that. They do also do changes to the handling, but it seems to regress every single year, so that's also great. It seems to get worse and worse.
Well, yeah, it's like all of EA's games.
It's
Like
amazing.
The Sims.
How they can
The
fuck
Sims
it up.
is like the example of EA greed. Like I think you need to spend like $500 to get the whole game. Like every
Yeah.
expansion pass. It is ridiculous. I mean, at least they made this like the base game free now.
Yeah, I mean,
Because the base
a
game was
lot
like
of
six.
people-
The base game was like 60 quid, and then they were eventually like, "Dude, we don't make money off the base game anymore. Let's get people through the door with the base game, get them addicted, and then make them want to buy." Which I think it's very smart, to be fair.
The Sims 4, right? Or,
Yeah, they haven't made a 5 yet.
Yeah, because I have played that a little bit, because
I
I
played
think
it-
Dragonfly
Yeah, Dragon
wanted
was
me
very
to try
into
it.
Dragon's
I
very
tried
into-
it.
I
and
tried
I just
it
didn't like it.
I
It's-
tried when it
it's
went
not for me.
when it went free. I tried it a little, and it was okay. Anna likes it a lot.
I don't know. It's not for me. Just I don't know. There's not really a story or whatsoever. It's not like your regular game. It's very.
You can
It's
make
a very
it's like
different
make your
game.
own story.
Very different. Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose. It's very weird. You don't have a different game. It's very unique.
But Dragon put some very interesting mods on their Sims that they told me about.
I have heard of that. Yes.
Did they also recommend you to put that mod on? Did you try it out?
No. I just did the base game.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean it's free. if you listeners don't know what we're talking about the Wicked Whims mod. Give it a Google. See what you find. All right, moving on to the final topic. Maybe a little early, but we still have some more viewer topics to talk about. Which is a bit of a continuation from episode 1.
Is your PC crashed or something?
What do you mean has my PC
What?
crashed?
You just didn't say anything there for a good solid moment.
What do you mean? What was the last thing you heard?
It was free and it just cut out. It was free.
What did I say before that?
Like the plugin, like it's free. Why wouldn't you download it and just cut off right at the free?
Okay, well then I'm gonna repeat it to you. I said it's free. By the way, if you guys don't know what we're talking about the Wicked Whims mod. Give it a Google. See what you find.
Do I want to Google it?
Probably not.
I'm reluctant.
I'd put incognito mode on if I were you.
The fuck? It is what I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the final topic of the podcast, which is a little bit. Well, it's not the last thing we're talking about. Okay.
Oh, it's censored. It's fine.
It's censored. It's fine. It's pixelated.
No, like literally the images on Google are like censored.
Yeah, it's got safe search, right?
I don't even know why I clicked on images.
But anyway, last topic. But don't worry, we still have some viewer topics to go through. We won't be ending just there. But this is another bit of a continuation from episode 1, talking about my music taste, and it's the new Joe album, which will be releasing in. We talked about Joe a little bit last time. It's releasing in April, but he dropped. He dropped saying, "Oh, the countdown," and he dropped one of the songs, the shortest song from the album, and he released all the names and the lengths of the songs from the album. And I did tell Tuna to have a bit of research for this topic, and I asked.
I love music.
Yeah, you are a big fan of music. What did you think? I told you to listen to "Basic Being Basic," which was the song that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent. I don't like the intro, how it's pretty much like a text to speech. That like says pretty much just a few words and then just goes on. But like the instrumentals, I really like the sort of bassy synth or something. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Drums, I always like it when it's just.
I quite like the beginning. The beginning is like one of my favorite parts. I do like it. So I guess that's a bit of a differing in opinions here. I do like a bit of like talky music, you know.
Yeah, it's not really for me.
Like one of my favorite bits is where like "Fool a Man Like That," it sent me reeling. I think that bit hits hard.
Yeah.
That one's a bit.
I like the chorus. Like that's pretty cool. Like the start, everything is like very shallow, very bassy, and then comes to the chorus and it's just very wide, very reverby. It's pretty cool.
Well, it goes from like being more talky focused into being more like instrumental, like actually like.
Yeah.
Like actually.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. It's pretty nice.
I'm excited for the album to fully drop, and I think I know what's going to be my top artist this year. Because we
could like have like a song or something every single week. Maybe that could be fun. Like, oh, this is a song I listened to this week, and
that could be
pretty cool.
That could be a fun opening segment. You are cooking. I fear you are cooking.
Because you said that about that song, and I've been like listening to other songs. Like, what are some like songs I'm into recently?
I'm adding it to the doc as we speak.
Do you know what is he? How do you even pronounce that? Hunamankind or something? He's like an Indian artist. He like blew up on TikTok.
Okay.
I noticed later it was on TikTok with like Big Dogs. I don't know if you have heard of it.
Big Talks?
Big Dogs.
Yeah.
With an A. Even.
Oh, the Big Stepper guy?
Yeah. That guy.
Underground Methods, all that malarkey.
And a song right before that, Go to Sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into that one as well. That's also a pretty cool song.
Okay,
the music video is also really good.
As you're listening, a new segment has formed. We now have 3 parts of this podcast. Opening segment, this week's songs, then topics, then viewer topics. Isn't that great? I think the rules are here. You have to submit it before the recording setting, and then we have to listen to it like a few times
I mean, sure. I could
and
also
give our
just
opinions.
do a Kendrick Lamar song for now.
Are you trying to culture me?
There's one song. I feel like I've kind of been sleeping on the song a little bit. I haven't listened to it a whole lot, but like recently I've listened to like done a good listen, and it's honestly just one of the best songs he's made. It also turned out he got a Grammy for just this song alone, so that doesn't really.
What song is it?
I.
No, I don't know.
The
I don't
production
know
on that
any of the
song
songs.
is nuts. It's fucking amazing. I'll send a link.
Well, I'll listen to it after the recording, because I fear if I listen to it during the recording, there will be no episode 3.
There will be no episode 3. Bruh, nah, that's ridiculous.
Redonkulous, one could say.
Nah, don't be British here.
Don't be British. Remember when you said when I said wiggity wiggity wag, and you said that's so British. I don't know what is British about saying wiggity wiggity
in the
wag.
last episode, you said something so British, and my brain just didn't even process it.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
My brain just didn't even process it until like who pointed it out in the comments? I was like,
Dragapult.
Yeah, that was.
Speaking of, can we have a round of applause?
British.
Can we have a round of applause for Dragapult, who's been saving up for VIP for months and finally got it.
He got it.
Yesterday. Yeah, he finally got it. Good job, Dragapult.
Nice.
And now he's ever going to join my stream. I was so tempted. I raised it up to 200k for a second, like when he went to go redeem it, and then I put it back down.
I thought it was 75k.
No, it's 100k. 75k is something. 75k has changed game, which I have now removed.
Yeah, I do remember it was like not that much at first.
It was it was 50,000 at first.
Yeah, because I did redeem it like once or twice, but you only like changed because I think you played chess at one point with me.
Was that change game?
I think so.
Did you spend 50,000 channel points for like one game of chess?
I think I wanted to play like Phasmophobia or something, or a horror game or something with you, and you just didn't want to do it. So it was like, all right, I'll play one game of chess.
Do you wanna? We should play Phasmophobia. I can't do it on stream though because my computer will not. But like off stream Phasmo, I think it could be quite fun. Once again, we could upload it to the channel, to the podcast channel, the Aquarium Phasmo.
We could do just an episode in Phasmophobia.
No, I think it'd just be like a.
That would be funny, just during a hunt.
It's just like,
right,
so
what
yeah.
are your 2025 predictions?
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, shit, there's a bird. It's just like, so yeah, oh, what's this? Your song? Oh yeah, your song was pretty good. I liked it. Oh, here's the Ouija board. I am coming for you. Okay, so Tuna, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna be a little bitch in the van the entire time, and I'm just gonna be on the walkie-talkie in the house, like, all right, and then it's gonna be a hunt. You're gonna still be on the walkie-talkie, trying to kill me, asking questions.
In the comments, boys, say if you'd like a Phasmophobia episode. It could be like an episode, or it could be a side thing where we just play a Phasmophobia and we uploaded it to the channel. It can be either or, but I think. With that, we are moving on into viewer topics.
The final part.
Yeah, our ending segment, viewer topics. I say ending segment, but this probably will take another 10 or 15 minutes to get through. First one, I think the first one's a bit more serious, and the second one's more teehee. But so Elon Musk hit a Nazi salute.
He said it was a Roman salute. There's a big difference.
No, he didn't say it was a Roman salute. He just said it was from his heart.
Yeah, but I think on Twitter or something I saw.
I don't think he. No, someone defending
him like.
No, someone defended, but he didn't say that because I'm pretty sure that's what the Nazi salute is inspired by. So I don't think he wanted to admit to that either. I saw someone saying, "Oh, it's the Bellamy salute, which used to be super common in the US, and they did it when they did the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's like, well, why did it used to be common? Why isn't it common anymore? Oh, well, it's because they stopped using it during World War II because of the Nazis.
Nah.
He's also literally like gone to the neo-Nazi. It's literally just the new Nazi party. It's Nazis and it's German and everything. And he's like, this is what's gonna save Germany. Like,
it's
he is literally just. He's literally just Adolf Hitler. If Adolf Hitler didn't have to have any struggle in his life whatsoever, because what radicalized Adolf Hitler was being beaten and being poor. Like, and Elon Musk fucking grew up with blood emerald money. I find it. Yeah, he isn't self-made. He's white in from South Africa, like, and he's rich. Like, he's not self-made. There's no one who's truly self-made. Like, he needed like that start to do anything, and it's not like he did anything. He bought his way through everything. He bought PayPal. He bought Twitter. He bought everything. He bought Tesla.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Also, another viewer's suggestion was talking about the pranksters, and also they talk about who should be and who shouldn't be allowed in like big political events like Trump's inauguration, because the Paul brothers were there and they like broke some guy's seat and they were like, your seat was just damaged, you're just stirring drama, and he's like, dude, no it fucking wasn't. I'm pretty sure the guy they did it to wasn't very nice either. I mean, he was at Trump's inauguration. To voluntarily go to Trump's inauguration is a bit,
I haven't not heard of that.
Of the chair breaking? Are you even on Twitter, dude?
Not that much. Thankfully. Thankfully.
Woke.
I sometimes like open the app and it's just like, oh yeah, 10, 12 notifications. It used to be like barely any, but nowadays it's just so many notifications you're fucking spammed. It's insane.
Dude, I have... Wait, hold on.
Are you already... Oh, bro's muted. Cringe.
You called me cringe. Okay, we're back.
No, it was my brother.
Yeah, was it? I've heard your brothers. Your brothers have far...
No, it's my twin brother.
You have a twin brother, do you?
No, I've eaten him in the womb.
I see. Anyway, there was also... I think we're done with that one now. But there was also a viewer suggestion of leaking people's addresses and also credit card numbers, which was suggested towards the end of my stream today.
Shout out to John McKenzie, who lives in Dinsdale at his address in...
Guys, this isn't Dreams podcast.
This is his bank account number, all right? Remember
also,
it.
to the person who asked me to dox a bunch of people, you know who you are. Hang your head in shame.
Wasn't that Nekez?
No, it wasn't Nekez. No, they wanted Nekez's details leaked.
Oh, decent.
Okay, well, now you've been named, and we're gonna shame you. You've been named and shamed, Decents. So, how about we dox?
How did you deny it?
Decents.
Whoa.
Actually, Decents had a thing on their Instagram. I follow Decents on Instagram. They had like a cookie thing, and I said, maybe I should buy one of these cookies. And they were like, please don't. I don't know how I would ship it to Spain, and that only enticed me more. No, it was something in Dutch. And I didn't understand it, and I just replied to it, and I said, because it was a link, and it said like, what did it say?
I mean, I can read it. You sent the link.
It said. Hold on. It said, Bestel here.
Order here.
Okay, so I said no clue what this says, but I will...
Bestel here.
Yeah.
It's order here.
Okay, I said no clue what this says.
It's just a button.
I said no clue what this says, and I will not bestel here. And she said, please don't. I don't know how I would possibly bring cookies you bought to Spain. We just need money. And I just said, now I just feel obligated to. And I am tempted, and I'm tempted to put the link to Decent's cookies in the description. Order them from wherever. Order them from America. Order them from Korea. From anywhere, guys. Let's make sure that Decent's delivery is in tip top. All right, moving on now to the final topic of the podcast. The Wensleydale Cheese Factory, as requested by Uzazi.
Isn't that just about the Wallace and Gromit
Yes.
movie?
Yes.
I heard it
They
was a
ju- they,
good
they just
movie.
said Wensleydale Cheese Factory, but I'm going to talk about how Wallace and Gromit saved it. The Wensleydale Cheese Factory was just a random cheese factory in England, and the only reason that it was included in Wallace and Gromit is just like, oh, Wensleydale cheese, is because of the way that it made like the character's mouth moved. It was very dramatic, and like they had to pull a face when they said Wensleydale, and the inclusion of the Wensleydale Cheese Factory in Wallace and Gromit literally saved the factory from bankruptcy, which I think is so lovely. And we can move on from this. Have you watched the most recent Wallace and Gromit film?
I have not. Maybe I should.
You should.
I
It's on
heard
Netflix. It's really good.
It's
I watched
been
it live.
Nominated for an Oscar. I
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. It's so good. It's
There's
phenomenal.
a 7.6 on IMDb, which is very high.
I loved
is-
it. I loved it. And
That is
the
pretty high.
bro, Twitter after after Vengeance Most Foul was just wonderful. I loved all the tweets about it. It was so wonderful. I love I'm still getting tweets about it, and I love all the tweets about Feathers McGraw. It's just wonderful.
Aren't we also missing one topic? Because I see there's like a GIF.
They
Can we
wanna-
talk about the political and economic state of the world right now?
I wanted to ignore that one because last time we talked about inflation. I wanted to end on the Wensleydale Cheese Factory, but if you want, let's talk about the
It's
social.
always on this podcast. It's like, come on, Ollie. Can we like talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? It's like, come on, man.
Well, not very good.
Let's just skip it.
I believe yesterday the U.S. stock market crashed because of
I noticed
Chinese
that.
Chinese AI. Elon Musk and Trump are in positions of power. Well, I guess it's mostly bad for the U.S., but when things are bad in the U.S., it kind of tends to spread to the rest of the world a little bit. But I guess we can be happy. This can be good. Let's be happy that we aren't everyone who's not in the US. Sorry for our US listeners. I don't know if there's any of you.
Let's pray on America's downfall.
Yeah!
Yes, yeah.
Another 50 billion to Israel.
Go Europe. Wait, what?
Have you not seen the have you not seen the Patrick meme where it says 100? Bro, you know, like Trump put a bill that that stopped all foreign aid, but it excluded Ukraine and Israel, which is like what right wingers, especially Ukraine, have been like begging. That's just like, oh yeah, Trump's gonna come in and he's gonna stop all the money to Ukraine, and he hasn't done that, and he isn't going to do that. Like, they all got duped. I mean, I would have rathered they just lived in their delusion than had to get duped, because I would have just rathered we didn't have to deal with 4 years of this awful human being. Guys, I promise next week is going to be more lighthearted, okay? Give us better viewer topics rather than the economic, political situation of the world right now.
No, it's going to be a recurring theme.
It's going to be a recurring theme. Well, we'll see.
Last time we talked about inflation. This time we're talking about the political state.
Yeah, next time one of us is going to kill ourselves on live on the podcast.
Yo, now we're gonna put a disclaimer in the YouTube thing. No, we're fucked.
Dude, we're gonna
No
get demonetized.
No, we're gonna get age restricted. It's gonna be even worse.
But I mean, if they demonetize us,
warning and
if they demonetize us, they have to monetize us first. This is good. This is good for us, Tuna. This is PogChamp. This is a loophole.
We need to swear more then, huh?
Yeah, fuck. Alright. Well, everyone, I believe a bit of a shorter one. We'll try and come up with more topics for next week. Maybe a guest next week. I think we'll have a guest at least for episode 4, I think. But episode 3 might include a guest because we're running out of things to say, you know. But, yeah. Tuna, do you want to close out? I closed out last time, so go on. Close us out.
Later, suckers.